last night, pre-flight. 0 hour. 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high. As a kite by then. Oh, miss the earth so much. I miss my wife. So lonely. Out and straight. On such a tight flight. And I think it's going to be a long, long time. The touchdown brings me back again to find I'm not the man they think I am back home. Oh, no, I'm a rocket man. Rocket man. Burning out his fuse out here, alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown bring me round again and find I'm not the man they think I am. Oh, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man. Burning out his fuse out here alone. Mars ain't the kind of place to raise a kid. In fact, it's cold as hell. And there's no one there to raise them. If you did. And all this science, I don't understand. It's just a job. 5 days a week. Think I am at home. Oh no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man burning out his fuse out here. Alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. The touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man. Burning out his fuse out here alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be long, long time.
Welcome to the Friday Nights. I'm Jason Sandberg. Fellas, I had a good week at the LCS. The latest issue of Redcoat came out. This is the third chapter in a 3-part story arc. I have not read issues 11 and 12, so I'm going to sit down very soon, read 11, 12, 13, and see how this little story goes here in the pages of Redcoat. I have been enjoying this. It's the only Ghost Machine title I've been following, but it's been solid. And all the artwork is by Brian Hitch. They're not letting fill-in artists do anything. So go check this out if you haven't already. And like many of you, I picked up the 3rd issue of Battle Beast. Fantastic series so far. Great to see Kirkman and Otley back together. Looking forward to reading this very soon. And as always, I am hard at work on Jupiter issue 2. Jupiter issue 3 is in demand on FundMyComic and Indiegogo. And Craig, I got a little bit of news for you.
Okay. Yeah, what's up?
I'm gonna begin work this weekend on the cover to issue 2. The cover. That is how close I am to having the bulk of the book done. And once I have the cover done, I can start up a sign-up page. Yes. So I don't know if the book is going to launch, December or January, but it's plugging along, and looking forward to sharing some preview art with you all pretty soon. So that's my news. Craig, how was your week?
All in all, pretty good. Both my cars were down temporarily there. I shared a little bit of that on Twitter. Like, hey, I know how to change a tire. But one amazing thing that came in. So we had Gun Goth on as a guest last week. I was flexing, my collected of this. So that was a week ago, right? That was Friday. So in a week, Mark sends me this.
Whoa!
From then till now, he sent me a book 4 of U.S. Assassin.
Okay, now that is impressive. That Mr. Polton is very impressive. But for the audience, I want you to add the additional context here that this had to get through Canadian Customs.
That's right.
So this is no small feat to get the books in the hands of this gentleman so quickly.
Yeah, 1 week. So yes, thanks. Thank you very much, Mark. I really appreciate it. One thing I wanted to show, and I did ask Levi before I did this. Levi's read Soltak. He's a fan of Soltak as well. I've got 1 page to show off.
Yeah, let's take a look.
So I want to give a bit of a Soltak update. We've got 60 here, and so let me pull up. So here's Misha Atsu. I don't know. Did you read book 4 as well, Levi?
That's right. Yeah, I came in on book 4 and had to do the catch up tier. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So these are the new designs for Misha Atsu. One of my 2 main characters. She's the Shogun of Ishiko.
That's a great spread.
This is a double page of Misha Atsu fighting Dexter again. This will be round 2 of them battling now that their powers have upgraded. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this for my mailing list. So I'm closing the campaign at the end of August for the books that I have now. And then I'm going to run a mailing list. So anyone who signs up for my mailing list, they will get this print for free. Main reason I'm doing that is because the artwork's already out there. You got to give something the mailing list. And I'm not entirely sure if this goes in issue 5 or issue 6 yet.
That's cool.
So if it only happens to be issue 5 and this ends up being an issue 6 page, at least everyone will, the art won't go to waste.
Nice.
Here's the new covers I'm coming up with. So again, with the everyone said you need to work on that trade dress. And you see, I went and so I blew up the logo. It's much more pronounced.
Yeah.
It's more to a traditional layout for a book. So that's a new cover I got there for issue 1. And then issues 2, 3, and 4 still have the same covers. And then here's the brand new issue 5. That's what 5 will look like. And in issue 6, I'm going to make that a 10K stretch goal.
Yes.
If I reach 10K, every physical backer will get issue 6 for free.
Ooh, brilliant idea. Brilliant idea.
Nice.
Yeah, so we'll see if I can get there. And then here's what I wanted. So again, I kept saying Gonzalo's on vacation. Mm-hmm. Not anymore.
Nice.
There you go. There is page 1.
Wow.
Sequentials for issue 5. So
nice. You picked it. You have a great artist there as your partner. That page looks fantastic in black and white, and that's always a good sign. If it looks fantastic in black and white, it's gonna sell. You got magic there.
So the grind has begun, and now we will do a page a week up until the book is finished. So
nice.
Here we go.
Levi, how was your week?
It was pretty good. It was lots of good stuff happening around the world. Other than that, I'm healthy, and that's all I can ask for.
Nice. Is there anything you're reading that you want to recommend to the people out there?
My book, but I tend to wait for the trades.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm a trade paperback guy now.
That works.
Mhm.
All right, Craig. So who's in the chat? We got 64 people watching live. We're 12 minutes into the show.
Yep.
Who's in the chat tonight?
So first and foremost, Vulcan beat you tonight, and let the weekend begin. Yes, I actually in our outro I found something that was Vulcan related, so I stuck that in the outro. I thought that was kind of funny. I saw a couple faces I haven't seen in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
SF Gaming says, "Hail Friday nights." Hail to you as well, SF Gaming. Thank you so much for joining us. And again, I chat with SF Gaming pretty much on a daily basis.
Cool.
Always fresh, back again. You know, we still got our Oscars. You got yours there on your desk, guys.
Yes. Levi, were you aware of this? Craig and I won the 2025 podcast award for the Friday nights.
Nice.
It is truly an honor just to be nominated.
Right.
We had no idea. That we would win. Just when you think that the taste of popular culture is hitting an all-time low, there's degradation everywhere. The critics come through. The Academy recognizes that the yeoman work that Craig and I are doing here in the podcast medium, spotlighting comic book creators. We cannot be more grateful. So thank you to everybody out there, and this is just more to come.
Yes.
Very nice. That's cool.
Oh, nice. This one. Here's always fresh saying he recently subbed to Heavy Metal magazine.
Yeah. I think issue 2 should be coming sometime in the fall.
The Death of the Silver Surfer.
Sorry.
Oh, it just in his comments, The Death of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Always fresh. Let us know what you think. Once that series is done, let us know what you think. Give us the verdict.
So
I think Vulcan Live said he's reading Redcoat as well. So that's for those of you watching. We got myself, 2 people in the chat reading Redcoat. Go check it out.
Yeah, that's definitely one. I hope they collect that into a trade. I would love to pick that up. Brian Hitch, love his stuff.
Should I jump into our topics?
Yeah, we got 68 people watching live. Let's see what are the top 3 news items that flew under the radar this week. We want to make sure people are aware of what's really going on in the world.
Well, it's, the news sure is interesting. So first and foremost point I got here from Comix Bulletin, and this is kind of exciting news for us as indie creators. Global Comix has announced a partnership with Comix Wellspring for print-on-demand service. So I believe you have Jupiter's up on Global Comix. Is that right?
Not yet. When issue 2 comes out, I will put it on Global Comix and Comixology. Jupiter Zero is on Comixology. So this is Global Comix is certainly something that I'll be looking at next year.
But I imagine this is their attempt to basically fight back with Amazon and Amazon's print on demand. So you make that solid gold Oscar look so.
It's. I mean, look at that. I mean, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen when I pick up that Oscar?
Right.
So for Amazon print on demand, the creator that I follow there is Rick Veitch. About every 2 or 3 times a year, Rick Veitch will put out an OGN graphic novel. It's color cover, and the covers are great. The interiors are black and white on kind of, it's not newsprint, but it's a very thin stock. I can tell that it's printed digitally, like on a Canon IX or something like that, black and white inkjet press. So the ink cover, there's some gaps. You can tell when the ink, it's not an offset press. You can see sometimes the clogged nozzles in the inkjet. So it's cost effective. It's not as good as straight print. So I'll be curious to see the quality of what they're doing here. Are they do black and white and color?
Yes. Well, I mean, their intent with this is to accommodate everyone that comes on Global Comix that wants to put print in addition to their digital, because I do kind of believe they do have the right idea that digital kind of is the way of the future. Like, I hate to say it. I know that that's blasphemous. I love my physical.
Yep.
I love my long boxes and my boxes and boxes of comics. I love the fact that I can take my collection and throw it on eBay. And if people want to buy them, you know what I mean? I'll throw the stuff I'm willing to part with on there.
Mhm.
Shoot, someone's going to throw me $50. Yeah, no problem. In a mailer, here you go, here you go, here you go. And that just further feeds the beast for me.
Yeah.
You can't do that with digital. That's the one big sacrifice.
Sure.
But, you know, print media is kind of like a dinosaur. So I kind of understand what they're doing.
My take is that digital is the new floppy, to the extent that it's a small low price point. It's something you can dip in, see if you like it, and then it's basically effectively mass distribution. So where floppies used to be in the 7-Eleven, the newsstand, the gas station, that everywhere presence is the digital comic. And then you find something you like, then you're either picking it up physical, you're getting the trade, things like that. So I'm actually, and the other thing is I like to have, I need to read before I fall asleep because my brain's always racing a million miles an hour. So I do like the Comixology and so forth, because I can sit there as I'm kind of drifting off and read something, but I'm not gonna fall asleep with it on my face. You know, I'm not gonna crinkle it up because, you know, just all that kind of stuff. And so I think it serves an important role. Levi, what do you think about digital? Do you have any experience with Global Comics as a creator or a reader?
I do. Our Ash Can is up on Global Comics right now.
Nice.
It's free on there.
Full screen.
First 16 pages of the graphic novel,
Nice.
Memorial Park, is up there. It's 68 pages for the entire graphic novel. We're just giving them a teaser. Okay. And the only downsides I see to this are quality, conventions, and print runs. Other than that, I love this idea. As long as the quality is good when it comes out. The collector in you kind of goes, well, the print runs, you can print just on and on and on.
It's like the Federal Reserve Bank.
Exactly. And then the third one would be conventions. You know, as somebody that would want to go to a convention and have stock on hand to sell to people there, it's you're looking at like two different print runs now. You know, like is it still an option for? Can I do this at a good enough price to take a bunch to convention? So.
That's the thing, is I don't think they have an overprint with this, right? Like you'd have to like that'd be really weird for buying your own product, because you're basically giving that profit that you have when you have your own overprint to bring to conventions and markets and stuff. You're giving that to this company,
right?
So yeah, that's a good point.
I wonder if there's a tier, or there's a way you can basically say, I want you to print these for me on demand at the wholesale rate. You know, and then what do you have any idea what the shipping is? It free shipping? Is it ground select? Any idea what or ground advantage? Any idea what the shipping is going to be?
That's going to be a good question too, because a lot of people aren't going to want that media mail, because it's horrible. Like the amount of books that get kicked back and never make it. Get lost in the mail. So
good point.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely going to be checking out Global Comics next year, and Levi, I might hit you up for some pointers as I get closer to that, since you got some experience with that. But yeah, I think this is a good sign, especially with the diamond, with the diamond situation getting to the point where some of the my understanding is that some of the publishers have their most of their print run at Diamond. It didn't ship to stores, and now the company that bought Diamond is going to try to sell off the inventory when they haven't even been paid for the inventory. Oh, no. There's additional publishers that are joining the Dynamite lawsuit, so it's just a mess. So maybe this is fantastic time on the part of Global Comics. Tank Ferret's in the chat. Hail to all you magnificent bastards and bastards.
It's good seeing Tank around again. I missed his absence. Haven't seen him around for a year or so. So it's nice to see him back.
We got, in addition to Tank Ferret, we've got 82 people watching live. So thank you to everybody who's hanging out with us as we kick off the weekend and look at some important news topics, and obviously look at Levi's campaign in a bit.
Yep. So want to jump on to topic 2?
Yeah. What is topic 2?
More with this. So topic 2 is going to be a merger of a couple of them, but I found it really interesting. So this one comes from Archaeology News. Okay. So world's first vehicle, archaeologists have uncovered 22,000-year-old tracks in New Mexico. So, yes, so following basically out in the White Sands or something, they found these patterns basically baked into the earth of these drag marks with accommodating footprints. And they believe, as you can see in the top image, that the only way that could be done is to say, I don't know, it's not a trebuchet. I forget what it's called, the type of vehicle when they take the two woods and they drag them together with a bundle. But essentially that this is how human beings moved from apartment to apartment or migrated. This is how we
Yeah.
When they wanted to skip out in the last month's when they didn't have rent money the last week of the month, this is what they did.
Yeah. The midnight move.
But, Levi, I've seen plenty of cartoons of hobos. They always have the stick on their shoulder with the bag of belongings hanging by. Are you telling me we've had it wrong this whole time?
I think they had it right. What I first thought of when I seen this was it's like their pickup truck, and then they're out there leaving tracks in the mud. They're just old prehistoric guys out there mudding.
That's right.
You know? So,
Mad Ruth, I'm not 22,000 years old, but I also was not born yesterday. Are you telling me it's never rained there? I mean, how do we know? How do we know this wasn't? How do they know? How do they know these tracks are undisturbed for 22,000 years?
I mean, they carbon date everything. They carbon date the rock formations and when that mud and sedimentary was created and stuff. I mean, I'm sure that they're pretty good at dating it. Yes, they're sometimes off by a fair sometimes they're not accurate or exact. However, with this, what this does is this means that we were traveling with loads thousands of years earlier than they predicted previously. So,
Levi, does this mean that the first teenager to move home to his parents' house was 22,000 years ago?
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah,
Phil Bobagan smells right through this story. He does not think this is legit.
Yeah.
Does not think this is legit.
It's on the internet. It's got to be true.
Right.
And then, does this dovetail into the story about the wheel?
Yep, this also does that. So, in addition to them reclassifying when the first vehicle, first human beings had the first methods of vehicles, they've also this one's a little more wishy-washy.
This is a vehicle for stuff. This isn't a vehicle for people. Like Levi, hear me out. A wheelbarrow is not a vehicle. It's a vehicle. It's something you put your stuff in and move it, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, this is like so fake news, Craig.
Okay. Well, the next one is gonna bother you even more than so.
Okay.
So this one comes to us from physics.org. How was the wheel invented? Computer simulations reveal the unlikely birth for the wheel changing technology. So now they believe that the first wheels were used in southwestern Europe around 3000 BC. They think it's linked to caving. So essentially, people trying to get their mining ore out of the caves would have, and again, they're using computer simulations. Again, this is where the science kind of does get a little wonky. That they figure eventually cavers would have had to figure to build the channels and then make the wheels and then put their load on wheels, and they figured that's when human beings were first using wheels for practicality of mining.
Levi, do you think this is a computer simulation?
God, this one I had the most problems with. I want to call BS on it, but laziness and ingenuity kind of run hand in hand. So,
man, the great philosopher said, I forget which one he said, man is a lazy genius, meaning he's constantly trying to figure out ways to save work. And there's something to that.
So this also pushes back the age of the wheel even earlier than previous predicted. But again, the only evidence they have for this is computer simulation models. So they don't even have stick dragging and foot marks in stone like the previous story. This is just a computer simulator says that this is probably when wheels were first used.
Which is weird to me because it was in the cave. Like it wouldn't be someplace else outside of the cave. Like.
Well, they don't have any actual physical, there isn't actual caves that they can go and they can look at their channels. This is just computer simulators determining that this is probably when the event first started happening.
Right. I guess that's the problem I had a problem with,
So we've got science. We've got 88 people watching live. This topic is certainly stirring up a lot of controversy. So for that reason, we did a Friday night's investigative report on the topic of the wheels. let's call that up because we gotta get to the bottom of this.
Well, I was going to ask you. So, what do you think of the idea of letting the AI just write our history books? Like,
I don't like it.
No,
I don't like it.
All right.
All right. So this is an investigative report on wheels. It's about wheels. It's not on wheels. Clearly. Vulcan warns us. This is Grok just guessing. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. All right. So let's take a look at the topic of wheels and antiquity. So Levi, have you heard of the myth of Ixion?
No, I haven't.
This is the earliest recorded mention of a wheel in Greek mythology. Craig, do you know why Ixion is on this wheel?
No, I do not.
Ixion was a hellraiser. He was a party animal, and he had a big mouth. He went up to Mount Olympus, and he's like, "I'm going to bang Hera." And so Zeus made a cloud that looked like Hera. He banged the cloud. Zeus thought it was funny, but then Ixion went down off of Mount Olympus and was talking about how he banged Hera. For that reason, Zeus put him on this wheel, set it on fire, and has it spinning for eternity. It's nuts. So that's the earliest occurrence of a wheel in mythology, and it wasn't pretty. It was not a good thing. It was not a good thing.
Used for methods of torture.
That's right. That's right. So I think part of the problem is that in elementary school they do not talk about the myth of Ixion. I think people would behave a lot better if they knew the risks of having a big mouth and shooting it off.
There are consequences, yes, to definitely going to your neighbor's house, and it's not a good idea to upset your neighbors.
Right. So that was the first occurrence of a wheel in mythology. We're going to look at the first occurrence of an actual vehicle in the archaeological footprint of timeline. Let's take a look at that. So this wheel was used. This wheel was used to grind stuff up. Levi, have you heard of this before?
Yes, I have. Yep. Yes, I have.
What are the pros and cons to this job? Would you want this job?
Oh, you'd be in shape.
You would be in shape.
Yeah. Yeah. You would be a needed person, I suppose, depending upon what you were milling up. So you could be hated if it was human parts or something gross.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Like the mob wants to dispose of a body, they have you grind it up.
You just grind it up. Yeah. Job security. Yeah.
It's one of those jobs I'd be happy to have AI replace me.
There you go. So now this is the first. This is the first physical wheel that they found. But now we're going to look at the first physical vehicle. Let's take a look at that. There you go. Right. So does that look familiar? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
I always thought Barney had the better ride.
Yeah. For sure. More sports car.
Yeah, convertible.
I think this looks totally plausible. Totally plausible. All right, Craig, let's look at the next one. All right, so those are the wheels of antiquity. These are the wheels that we were promised. Guys, what went wrong? We were supposed to have, this was supposed to be the cars of the future. Instead, we've got what we got. What went wrong, guys?
Honestly, I've had this conversation. I've had a couple people bring it to my light. I think the reason they stayed away from the flying cars, and you know how I kept talking about they can make a hybrid now that can do like 1,800 miles on a full tank. I think it has to do with law enforcement and police chases and whatnot. We've got enough of them highway chases where they got to chase that car until that gas tank is empty. They don't want to be going after flying cars. They don't want to be chasing a car that's got an 1,800 mile like limit. Can you imagine how long that chase would go on for?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Levi, I think he's onto something. It's like these crooks ruin it for everybody.
They do. They definitely do. I want my flying car. I do.
Yeah,
but
there's
a reason they don't do it. So
I think that keep us limited, right? They want to make the 15-minute cities. They really do. Especially in my country, like it's nuts. They want us no meat. They're going to want to take away our gasoline. They've already taken away our guns and our rights and everything.
If we had flying cars, they would all have kill switches for sure.
Oh yeah, that you need a parachute in that happens. Yeah. So of these visions of the future, Craig, which one would you pick?
These 3 cars here.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that. It's like sort of salmon colored car there. That one looks nice there.
That's the one I would
by the
pick too.
beach. Yeah.
Levi, which one would you pick?
I'm right there with you guys.
Nice.
Yeah, I like
Nice.
that one.
Awesome. All right, let's look at the next slide.
Okay.
All right. Now, Levi, when it comes to corporate mascot vehicles, are you a Oscar Mayer Wienermobile or the Peanut Man vehicle?
Oh,
Peanut truck.
I have
Which way
never
do you
seen
go?
the Peanut Mobile.
Never?
Never.
What part of the country do you live in?
Spokane, Washington.
Oh man, you guys are missing out.
I guess I would say Peanut Mobile. I think that's cool. Yeah. Okay.
Craig, do they have
Wiener Beetle or a Peanut Mobile where I am?
you got
No,
a Wienermobile up there, Craig?
No, I haven't seen either of them. I'll be honest. Madness is joining us.
Bob's is here.
Yes.
Oh, crazy. All right. So Levi, we often cover on this show when Oscar Mayer Wienermobile crashes. And inevitably it's a lady driving.
Yeah,
every time.
I've seen it. Yeah. Yeah. They're just not used to handling the wiener. So, yeah.
Always fresh laments. He reflects on the chicks I could get with that Wienermobile.
That's right.
All right. Now, guys, we looked at the cars of antiquity. We looked at the cars of the future that we were promised but didn't get. Now let's look at the best 2 cars in pop culture, and you guys can tell me which way you would go. Let's bring it up.
Get that up.
All right. Ooh. Are you guys a Batmobile or the Back to the Future DeLorean? Levi, which one would you pick?
I'm going DeLorean for sure.
And when you had the DeLorean, and you popped in there, what year would you set it to?
I would go to 1972.
All right. Very good. And then when you went to 1972, what would you do? Who would you go see? What would be the thrill?
I would be like in the movie, man. I'd go back and get one of those sports things. Just tell me what the future says. I'd be rich as hell when I got back.
Nice.
You buy all the Batmobiles you want.
Totally would. I'd have all the comic books. I'd have all the,
yeah. This is the 4-level chess that I always eludes me. Craig is so right. You use the Back to the Future car so you get as rich as Bruce Wayne, and then you can have both. Yeah, Genius. All right.
All I need to know is Google, Apple, Napster, Bitcoin,
XRP. Yeah.
Vulcan goes with the Batmobile, and Madness says I'd go to 72 and buy a Chevy Nova SS. Very nice. Lugal. All right. So you guys are onto something. All right. So I think
DeLorean's the way to go.
What's that?
The DeLorean's the way to go for sure.
Yeah,
I think so. So Levi, hey, when you've watched the show, have you ever seen the clip that Craig plays where Michael J. Fox gets in the DeLorean and he accidentally goes to the future where the Terminator apocalypse? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious. I would totally, I would totally watch that movie.
Yes,
totally watch that movie. They're leaving money.
Missed opportunity. Yes,
absolutely. Instead of they keep doing all the Terminator movies. They keep being like, okay, well, this time we're going to go back in time and we're going to take a left turn, not a right turn. It's like, nobody cares. Let's put
Comix figured this out, right? Like Comix had all these cool characters, all these cool stories. How can we make this better? We'll have mashups. We'll take this cool character, this one, and we'll put them together into a book.
Yes.
It's the same thing with movies. Like, what are you guys doing?
What about Bruce Willis, John McClane, for whatever reason, ends up in the Terminator future?
Right. Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
All right.
Dark Horse was good at that. We got to give Dark Horse Comics credit because
Yeah.
they did the Aliens versus Predator and stuff like that. But
There were some other independent books out there too, like Ape Nation, that took Planet of the Apes and Alien Nation and mashed them together.
Yep.
Nice.
That was a pretty good book too.
Nice. All right, we got 94 people watching live. Let's check our third and final topic, and then we will look at Levi's book.
Yeah. So we're at 40 minutes into the show, and so our third and final topic. Happy to bring back whales once again.
Oh, and I forgot about this whales. I forgot about the whales. Good Lord, Levi, I need you to help me out here.
Yeah.
Do not ask Craig about his theory regarding the Loch Ness monster, please. Please do not. Craig,
all those questions will be answered for everyone at the end of the show.
Craig, here's the thing. You did a bait and switch on me. You tricked me. I saw the topic was orcas, and in my mind, I'm like, orcas as a noun. I forgot that they're a whale. My God, this is like I'm on pins and needles. We are flirting with disaster. You could take down your channel. You're
mad.
You're dancing on the precipice, man. You're dancing on the precipice, and you're juggling hand grenades at the same time. And I'm just like I'm stuck here, just watching you destroy yourself. This is painful.
That's okay. I do it for entertainment's sake.
I agree.
All right, Philbo Bagans wants to know. I got a feeling he might have it in the outro. Good Lord,
it's not
Philbo.
a theory. Yes, it's there's. Stick around for the outro, Philbo. All your questions will be answered. So, I don't know how to pronounce this. Lagrada or Lagrada.
Lagrada.
So confirmed. So this has been happening more and more frequently. You know how we had the orcas that were attacking boats?
Yes.
They were like mostly happened in the Mediterranean. Yeah, they were going up and smashing them. It was becoming a problem. Well, now what the wild orcas are trying to do is they're trying to sort of appease us, and now they're coming up to humans and they're bringing us dead animals, basically trying to I've given you this gift. Please enjoy this meal. I don't know if this is a defense mechanism. I don't think that if they're hoping they give us the food that it'll stop whaling, or like what is the reason for whales deciding to bring us basically a peace offering of dead animals, but now this is what the whales are up to. So
Levi, man and whale have had a long history, and they've got their whale calls and their talk. Do you think that for several hundred years they were calling each other, going, "Hey, there's those humans, steer clear."
Yeah.
We remember my grandpa and the harpoon story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe because, we found petroleum, we stopped going after the whales. Do you think that enough times passed where either the stories have faded in the whale lore, or they're ready to give us another open up, give us an opportunity to start afresh? What do you think?
I think it's a little bit of that. What I think is they have forgotten it, and I think that the new story is we've released a couple of orcas back into the wild again, and they spread a rumor about it.
Free Willy.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And it's finally gotten around. The news is spread. Don't mess with these guys. They'll lock you up in a little pool. So,
Craig, what's the whale social media? What is that?
Well, they talk to each other under the ocean. They talk, thousands of miles. They communicate between each other. So yeah, they got built-in cell phones. Yeah.
Wild. Levi, who would win in a fight, orca or a panda?
Oh my goodness, I got to go with the orca for sure. Yeah.
Killer whales. Orcas are by far one of the most dangerous. They kill sharks, by the way. It's not the other way around.
Yep.
So
absolutely. There's a 1970s movie called Orca. Vulcan.
Who would win? Here's one for you, Jason. Who would win? Yeah. Jaws, or this gift-fearing orca? Yeah.
Wasn't that solved in one of the movies? Wasn't there an orca up on the beach that Jaws took out?
Oh, could be. Yeah, I don't know. I have to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Or maybe they're trying to buy us off with gifts, so we'll go whack Jaws on their behalf.
Yeah, or they did something to the food, and if we eat it, we trip balls.
Yeah.
Yes. That was my first instinct on this. Was the golden rule is don't take candy from strangers.
Yes.
So
Don't take candy from strangers. Don't take a horse from the Greeks, and don't take mutton from a Orca.
Yeah, it's like waiting. Yeah, you don't know where that dead carcass has been. You don't know what they've done with it.
We have 97 people watching live. None of us are maritime biologists.
Mhm.
We're just guessing here, folks. But this is a real news story. News story.
Just interesting. Yeah.
I wonder if what if they're coming up there saying, here, I'm going to give you some food. Turn off those damn windmills.
Right.
that could be as well. Yeah.
Craig, how long before they take all the whale sirens and the whale lore and they load it into AI and they get like this interface where you can talk to the whales?
Oh,
Actually, they're working on that too. There is a story out there where AI is translating what the whales are saying. AI is translating what your cat is saying. AI is translating what your dogs are saying.
that's the only useful one right there. What your dog is saying.
Levi, how long before the whales translate what your wife is saying?
Oh man. I have problems
We
with
have,
Yeah, your wife's
We've
there.
got-
Hey, the orca remembered my birthday. Why couldn't you?
That's right. Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we have 99 people watching live. Craig and I have this gentleman's agreement that every show has to get a viewer count that equals the number of the show. Tonight is episode 103, right?
Okay.
Yes, that's
If
yours. By the way, I told you that this was going to eventually become very like we're going to be sitting there and we're not going to achieve that number. That
So listen to your stinking thinking. So Levi, you've heard the parable of the Greek guy who has a son, and he buys his son a calf, and he said, "Son, every day you're going to take this animal and you're going to lift it above your head, and you're going to put it down, and you're going to do that every day." And by the time the boy gets to just be 18, he can lift a bull above his head there. That's my view on life. Craig, he doesn't think that we can get 104 viewers tonight. So we've got 100 people watching live, and the 100th viewer is none other than Justin Belmont.
yes.
Hello, Belmont. Belmont, we've got 101 people watching live. See if you can get your wife to watch till we get to 102, and then call Hojo and see if we get to 103. We've got to get to 104 viewers at some point in the show. Otherwise, Craig and I have to continue the stream. Okay.
and right. Levi too. He's gonna
Levi, yeah. Well, Levi, he didn't sign in blood. He doesn't have to stay here. He doesn't have to stay here. All right. So Craig, let's do a thing we call baseline. Let's look at Levi's campaign, do a baseline for how many backers he's got. This is the perfect time to look at the campaign. We've got 101 people watching live, and then we'll talk to him about the campaign, maybe play a trailer, and then we'll work some magic.
Hold on, I just I shared. So this is his www. Hold on, this is the website. This is the website. Yeah, sorry, I wanted to pull up the campaign. That's my fault, Boomerang. But the link for his campaign is pinned to the top of the chat already. By the way, so at any given time you want to look at the campaign, you can click that. Here we go. Okay, here it is. So I'll bring this up. So here we have the baseline for his campaign right now, which is on FundMyComic, by the way, is at 17 backers, and so far he's raised $741.
Nice.
So,
all right.
Would you like me to play the trailer?
Yeah, let's play the trailer. So we're baseline and 17 backers. We've got 99 people watching live. Let's take a look at the trailer.
So yeah, so for the 100 or so that are watching, here's the trailer for Galaxy Memorial Park.
Part of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1. Crowdfunding now on FundMyComic.
Intriguing. This is an angle on the superhero genre that is fresh. Levi, where did you come up with this idea?
It started off as a group project where we wanted to get a bunch of people together to work on one project, and it's kind of an onion, really. There was like lots of little tiny things that kind of all added up to what it is. Yeah. It's just part of it. Part of the origin on it would be a comic book called Common Grounds. By Image, and that came from an indie book that they renamed when it was an independent book pre-Image. They called it Holy Crawlers. So it was a donut shop, coffee shop where the superheroes were allowed to go there and hang out, and the villains were allowed to go and hang out, and but there was no powers involved, so no fighting. It was off limits at the donut shop. So that's what kind of put me along the lines of like, okay, we need a place where we can set the adventures and stuff like that. So, and one of the places that Marvel Comics, Secret Wars, Central Park was always a setting there.
Oh yeah,
but nothing ever really happened to the park. Like you had comic books like what was it, Damage Incorporated, where they would go around fixing things, but they never, like, nothing happened to the park. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and just blow up the park. So that's part of the origin of it, where we wanted a place, a setting to be the main character of the book, and just kind of fill it in with everything else. A really good example would be Astro City.
Oh yes, yes, yep. Good deal.
It's a memorial cemetery for superheroes across the decades and around the world. Nice. So
the small elevator pitch for it is Arlington Cemetery for superheroes.
Nice.
And then the other pitch is Galaxy Memorial Park is a memorial cemetery for superheroes from across the decades and around the world. It's the final resting place for those who gave their lives to save others. But superpowered intrigue does not stop at the grave. Though the park is well protected, malicious minds are planning evil through the memories of heroes long gone. So it's got a mainline story, and then we do a bunch of flashbacks. Like when the kids will go like this one. Chapter 1 right there is Grandpa taking the kids to the park, and Grandpa is a retired superhero, so he'll bring them up to a memorial, and he'll go into a flashback scene.
Oh, this is like that's a great premise. That's a great premise. Love it.
So the original idea with as a group project is there'd be one main artist up front, and then every time you would go into the flashback, it would be a different artist. That way, it had the feel of like of the back issues that you had to go find and stuff like that. So the first graphic novel, which 68 pages right here, I did all the work, and then the next. Graphic novels 2, 3, and 4, we've found some artists that we wanted to work with, and the flashbacks will be taken care of in those graphic novels by other artists, and I'll just be the main artist on the upfront story. So, but yeah, it's oh man, I blanked.
No problem. No, it's a great narrative premise to allow other people to come in and kind of tell part of the story. That's a great idea.
Yeah, and it was a lot of it was not only was it like working with friends, but it was finding things that they like to do, where we didn't specifically go like, no, you have to draw this. We purposely went up to people and we said, what do you like? Like if we gave you a dream project, what character would it be? Like this character right here, this is Silverbug, and in the third graphic novel, which the artwork is 2/3 of the way done on, it opens up with a flashback of 16 pages of Silverbug here, and it's done by Dionysus. I'm gonna goof up his last name. He's the artist and writer for Tome of Reckoning.
Okay. Oh yes, yep, Dio.
Yes.
Yep,
yeah, and so Tome of Reckoning. So how I found him is he put out a Spider-Man versus the Rhino, and he's like, I love Spider-Man, and that's my ultimate book. And I contacted him like, hey, if you love, I have a Spider Girl battling mobsters in an Italian bar. Are you interested? And he's like, yeah, I'm down for that. So it was specific specific artist and the things that they wanted to do is what we were really kind of aiming at as far as
That's great.
go.
So the total page count for this book is about 70 pages, right?
It's,
So sorry.
68 interior, 70 total. Yep.
Yeah. So for the overall like page count, how much? I know I'm not asking for the specific. So the main story roughly is how many pages, and then how many of these flashbacks can we anticipate? What's the page for those?
It's all interwoven. That there will be flashbacks within the page itself. There might be like four panels. 2 of them might be flashbacks.
Okay.
So it's definitely woven into the story. There's a purpose for the flashbacks. As far as page counts go, it's the first graphic novel here is 68 pages. It's done. The file's waiting to go to the printer. It'll be fulfilled through Critical Blast in November.
Sure.
Nice.
The second graphic novel, the artwork is done, and we're just trying to stockpile some money so we can pay Keith Gleason to letter the book. And the third graphic novel is, like I said earlier, is about 2/3 of the way done. So we are well ahead on this. And it's going to be about a total of around 300 pages total for the story.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Like here's a for instance right here. Like you see the three panels right there. Then it goes to a flashback for Half-Lifer. I think that's Half-Lifer is his name. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And a lot of this artwork is it's a couple years old. You know, I with my strokes and stuff like that, I was finding things to do for physical therapy, and one of the things I found was in my recovery was doing artwork again.
Okay.
So it's definitely time on task. The last 4 years, I can't wait for people to see what I'm doing now.
Nice.
So,
Very cool.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so this one's like you said. This one's completely illustrated by you. All
Yes.
68 pages.
All 68 pages, all the flashbacks, and then the second graphic novel we branched off, and we have three different artists working on that besides me. So, and one of them is Dio, and another one is Mike Lale from Lale Studio Designs, and then oh my goodness, I'm blanking on one. It was one that Mike Barron recommended to us. I'm blanking.
It's okay. So as you stated as well, you said this book is already finished. It's just a matter of determining your final print count.
Yep.
How many books you're going to print. Files are ready to go. Everything's ready to go. And again, this has been how many years have you been working on this particular project?
Started the artwork again somewhere around 2019, I think is what it was. As far as that, the actual idea, like chapter 1, the script for that has probably been done about 10 years. So it was.
Oh, hold on. That's a great panel.
Yeah, I know.
That's a great panel.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful. It's,
yeah.
Sorry, what were you gonna say, Levi?
That's one of those homages to like the Celestials showing up on Earth, and like you'll see, like if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see Half-Lifer, and Half-Lifer is kind of like our Martian Manhunter mixed up with the Incredible Hulk type of deal. A lot of these characters are cookie cutter characters that I refer to them as, because I want people to be able to easily attach to them.
Yep.
You know, so he's kind of like our Hulk character. Like so he does a lot of, like this one, like the Storm Kings came in and messed up the weather in Arizona. So yeah.
Who do you consider some of your artistic influences?
Oh man, I am not an art snob. Okay. So I freaking love everybody, and I've gotten some grief with some of the people I've worked with in the past, and man, but I always fall back to back in junior high. I always told people I wanted to be a mixture of John Byrne and Bob Layton.
Nice.
So, yeah, it wasn't until years later I found out that John Byrne and Bob Layton don't get along.
Yeah, John Byrne didn't like the some of his inking technique.
Mm-hmm.
He described it as it made the work look slimy. I think it makes it look shiny.
Right.
But yeah, that was a weird take on John Byrne's part.
Yeah, I was one of those weird kids that, like, when I discovered the inking process, it kind of really drew me to the book. because you'd be flipping through Iron Man and you're like, well, here's John Romita Jr. You're like, okay, Romita Jr. And then you're like, why does this book look different than this book? And then you're like, wait a minute, who's Bob Layton? Like, why does this book look way better than this guy over here, Dan Green or something like that? And I love Dan Green. So, yeah.
Like on Twitter, whenever they have someone will go like, who is the greatest villain in comics? I always go Vince Coletta.
He erased a lot of background. For sure.
He did.
Yeah.
Craig, we're at 102 viewers.
Yes.
We got one more and then we meet our quota. We got 102 people watching live. Levi is here to join us with this passion project. He's working on it for several years. This is not a cliche book. It's a cape book, but it's not a cliche book. This is a fantastic premise. The premise is that there is a memorial park that's like an Arlington cemetery of superheroes and things like that. But that's not all. As people go there to visit the graves and the memorials, it's a touch point to show stories in this universe without having to be bogged down with all the continuity and the retcons and stuff like this. This is a fresh take on the superhero genre from somebody who's got a passion for these books. So please, we got 101 people watching now live. Please go take a look at this campaign.
And the price point is pretty good too. I mean, 68 pages. Total cost is only $25. That's all in for the book.
Oh, look at that, Crenshaw! Nice. Wow. Crenshaw back. Woo!
Yeah,
thank you, Crenshaw.
My fellow Levi.
Thank you.
Maybe we could have a Friday night's hat trick. You never know. I don't know what the count is right now. I haven't looked yet, but we shall see.
We shall see. We've got 102 people watching live. We need one more person to meet our quota. Call your friends, wake the neighbors. We need to get 103 people watching live. We need more eyes on this project as well.
So is this one of your newer pages, Levi? I mean,
no, that would be 2020. That's actually the double page spread in the ash can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
So a lot of this was when my strokes happened in September of 2017, and they sent me the wrong physical therapist, and so I was doing these brain exercises, and my brain swelled. So I was back in the hospital again, and that's when I got my official diagnosis of broken vestibular, and so I'm looking for mental exercises to do, and the easiest one for me to do was to go back to artwork again.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and I started just doing things that if I hadn't finished something, I went through the big stack of artwork and stuff. If I hadn't finished it, I finished it. If I hadn't done something, I did it. If I hadn't done watercolor, I did it. So I just tried to make myself happy, and eventually went back and said, and JD, my writer, he started looking at the artwork, and he's like, I think the strokes actually made you better. And I'm like, thanks, buddy. And so we were like, okay, let's get this going again. Let's figure out a project. So
nice, Craig. We have 103 live viewers, so
nice.
We've met our quota for tonight. That means when the show is done, the show can end. We can go to bed when we're all done. But I'm having a great time looking at this book.
Yeah, I am too. These pages are insane.
Levi, help me out. What percentage of these characters have been like kicking around in your head from when you were a youngster versus what percentage you kind of created for purposes of just this book? Help us understand where these characters came from.
I'd probably say maybe 10% are things just from me. 90% of it came from JD himself.
Oh, wow.
And once this first chapter was done, and the entire series is 13 chapters. And once we figured out that, hey, give me something to do, JD had to sit down and write 12 more chapters. And one of the first things we did is we sat down and we created a Bible where we literally just went through the dictionary, excuse me, looking at names and going, okay, like bourgeois was Russian for wolf. And it's kind of like, excuse me, there's always some sort of scratchy claw guy on the group, right? So you need, a wolf type character, a beast type character.
Wait a minute.
We created over 100 characters just to kill them.
The one
Craig,
thing
this is nuts. We're at 105 viewers, and SF Gaming, thank you for backing. Fantastic.
So one thing I gotta say is this page should be at the top, Levi. He doesn't do justice. All these insane, amazing pages.
Thank you.
Oh man, this is crazy.
I was just drawn to make myself happy.
Yeah, it should be like front and center. It's beautiful.
I do love the way that one came out because it's especially in the ash can where it ended up being right there at the Staples, you know, where you just kind of like, yeah. I was happy with that one.
That's wild. It's crazy.
So
if I get 68 pages like this, I'm gonna be blown away. I'll tell you.
Yeah. It's there's
okay. Maiden. Now, who's that character? That's a great design.
That is Moon Maiden, and the entire the explosion in the park is all her fault.
Okay.
So, and those two right there, that would be that is the two of the evil components that have entered the park. What we have in the park is what we call the Watchmen protocols, where if Peter Parker died, you know, he would want Mary Jane to be able to visit his grave and be
undisturbed.
Undisturbed. And so the park knows you by your fruits. And so the very fact that this evil has been allowed into the park is your first indication that something is wrong with the Watchmen protocols.
Nice.
And that would be their fault. So there's the frontline story. What they're trying to do is they're going to try and convince everybody that possibly Moon Maiden is still alive, and as she's being punished by her people because she comes from an alien race, and she's been imprisoned inside of her memorial. So that is the rumor they're trying to seed in there right there, where the possibility that she might still be alive.
Intriguing. Yeah, it's a great character design. Great character design.
There you go.
Nice.
Man, these are so good. Especially that one, man.
Craig, do we want to play the trailer again? We've got 105 people watching live. Let's play the trailer. Isn't too long. Let's take a look at the trailer. Let people hear a little more about the book, and then we can talk to Levi some more.
So here's the trailer once again for Galaxy Memorial Park.
Part of a major city. In a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors. The world will again learn. Sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1. Crowdfunding now on FundMyComic.
So Levi, how often do you get to talk to Keith Gleason?
Oh my goodness, I probably only talked to him maybe 3 times. I was on his podcast.
Yep.
But other than that, it's him and Jay do the most correspondence.
Okay. Yeah. Keith's a funny guy. I've streamed with him, and he's a great follow on Twitter. He's always finding just hilarious stuff, good natured fun on Twitter. He's just a great guy. Yeah,
it was definitely we were very picky about who we wanted to work with. And once I seen Keith's work with I'm blanking on what his little cartoon Saturday morning cartoon characters.
Mighty Mascots.
There we go. Once I got that book in my hands from Alternate, I was like, okay, I like what this guy can do. He's funny, he's nice, and he's good. So,
yep. So I did point out to Keith one time. I said, "That's not how 3D printers work," and he's like, "I know, it's a comic."
So your campaign does have 2 rewards, like you said. It is very straightforward. So just a reminder for everyone: it's $15 for a 70-page book, $10 for shipping. That's pretty good. That's a really good price. Estimated shipping here. It says you plan on shipping this year. So fulfillment. You want to do it before the end of the year? Is that still your plan?
That's still our plan.
Okay, so so you're back in this book. You'll be getting this in your hands before the end of the year. And then the second tier is more of a retailer tier.
That's because we had 2 individuals show up, and they bought one bought 4 copies, another bought 5 copies, and the third individual showed up, and he contacted me. He says, "I'm going to buy 10 copies because I have plans to put them places, but I'm not paying for the shipping like that." So we had to come up with a second tier for him.
Right.
So.
Is anyone asking questions in the chat? I don't know. I haven't.
There's a lot of people that have backed in the chat,
Mhm.
but nobody's asking any questions at this point. Craig, do you need me to stall while you do something behind the scenes?
Yes.
All right. So Levi, you mentioned earlier that you worked professionally for a bit on some projects. For the just people have seen your artwork here and things like that. And they know you've got a passion for the genre and so forth. But what are some books or some projects that people may have seen your work behind the scenes but not known?
As far as the unaccredited would be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I did a ton of backgrounds on the run with Andy Owens is here in town, and I'm friends with Andy Owens. So when Andy Owens was inking any of the Buffy stuff, I was doing filling in blacks and doing background and stuff like that.
Nice.
And Andy worked with Scott McDaniel over at DC Comics. So that was Superman, Batman, a couple other books, the Trinity series. There's the funny little thing is Scott McDaniels has been fired twice by Jim Lee.
Oh, for what? Just what? Oh, for what? Or just
because when Scott McDaniels was on Superman, Jim Lee was the guy that was the next artist in line, so they booted Scott.
Oh, okay.
And it happened on Batman as well.
Gotcha.
So we didn't actually fire him. It was just kind of like, okay, Scott, we got to move you aside and let Jim come over. And it was my buddy Andy. He did get a free sketch from Jim because of that.
Nice.
So,
little peace offering.
Yeah. Other than that, there's as far as accredited work, the first time I got published with my name in it was Alterna.
Okay.
I did a couple different series for that. Alterna Tales #1. There was another series called The Dependents, and then there was Unimaginable, and that got shipped around. I think it finally ended up at Arcana.
Okay.
So yeah, and then there's been some magazine work. H.P. Lovecraft. It's Cthulhu, but I'm blanking on what they actually called it. Strange Aeons.
All right. Did you happen to read Gods and Gears when you were involved with Alterna? Did you ever read that one?
It's not ringing a bell.
Okay. Yeah, go check it out. That those are my two favorite Alterna titles. Well, probably three: Mighty Mascots, Gods and Gears, and I'm drawing a blank here. Oh my God, T-Bird and Throttle.
Oh, that's a good,
yeah. And I think Josh Howard is going to do another T-Bird and Throttle book sometime next year. Looking forward to that.
Nice.
All right, so should we look at the campaign again? We got 107 people watching live. Let's look at the campaign again. For people that are joining late, we can kind of give it the once over, and then we can see where we end up in terms of backers. We've got about 20 minutes left, about 15 minutes left of the show. And as always, we have no idea what Craig has in store for outros, but we do know for certain we will not be disappointed.
Yeah. So before I jump back to the campaign, by the way, I'm extremely happy with how that campaign is going tonight. I've already had a look at it, but I'm going to keep that as a surprise.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone. It really means the world, and I hope Levi's going to be over the moon. But right now, I'm on
over
Galaxy.
Except unless he encounters a Moon Maiden, then he's not going to.
Yes.
But I'm on his website, which is galaxymemorialpark.com. So Levi, do you want to let everyone know watching what's the incentives to come here to your website?
So come to the website. One of the main ones is if you sign up for the newsletter. What JD has been doing is I think he's a once a month for sure, if not twice a month. I think when the newsletter comes out every 2 weeks, I think is what he's on now. There will be a short story on there that will just give you background on the characters, that when you buy the novel and you read the graphic novel, you won't have to know these stories, but it's just adding to it. So these flash fiction stories that he's doing in the newsletter, I would love to at the end of all these campaigns to collect them all into a novella, because he'll come along and at the one he did at Christmas time with Silverbug was great, because it had this feel of the at the end of the story, like she's like Spider-Man just battles all these criminals, but he's been wounded and he's recovering, and it's Christmas time, so you would have the people caroling out front, and you can just picture that episode, or that comic book, where you're kind of like, okay, I just got done reading the 6-parter, and then here's the end of the story and the recovery issue, so JD will throw something like that in there, and it's just nice little touches.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the benefits to going to the website, signing up for the newsletter, and it also has all the links that you're going to need for all the socials, to the YouTube channel, the Instagram channel, the X, the link to the campaigns. So there's the other. I couldn't think of his name earlier. Is his name underneath that one? The cowboy.
The Drifter?
The Drifter. Oh, that's a great name. It's perfect.
Yeah. So the Drifter, he's kind of like our Batman.
Okay.
We didn't intentionally have a trinity, but there's 2 of them right there. That would be basically part of the Batman and Wonder Woman, even though she's more of a spider girl.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Hojo doing a drive-by in the Mythicals machine. Go back Mythicals 1, 2, and 3. And Hojo is beginning to live stream, so you can check out his channel as well. Sorry, Levi, we always have to interrupt the show when Hojo does a drive-through.
Blame Jason for that, by the way. You got Salty to draw this? Is that one of his?
No, Marcelo
okay.
drew that. Yeah. Salazar, I think. Scroll down. It's right there.
There we go.
So
My bad.
yeah. So he's kind of like our Batman character. He was a scoundrel of a cowboy in the 1800s, and he got chased by a posse into a snowstorm and had to make a deal with God. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's an awesome. So, I mean, some of these what's great about this is you've got the ability to introduce these characters, in your book, and then if there's if people connect with one of them, then you're kind of you're like test driving all these characters and concepts, and this is a great approach.
His punishment is he's got to wander the earth. So we put in a little bit of that B.A. Baracus in there, where I ain't getting in no damn plane, right? So he's got to be attached to the earth. He's got to wander. So he'll be that moody little guy like in the spacecraft. If he's in these adventures in outer space, it's driving him nuts. So he's pretty much indestructible, and he's one of the 3 characters that actually survived the destruction of the park. So he was at ground zero when it happened. So when we get introduced to him, he's retired. He said to hell with the world, and he walked off. So branching into graphic novel number 2, when we first go and we talk with the Drifter there, he's building his own Winchester mansion, and he's refusing to go on walkabout with him. See, he's a little disgruntled with God at the moment.
Yep.
So. But yeah, you can imagine an 1800 cowboy not knowing how to be a carpenter, forcing himself to just build. So, and stay in one spot.
Wow. So again, how many are we watching now, Jason?
We have 107 people watching live.
Wow. So again, if you go to galaxymemorial.com, you just click here for the sign up. What do they just have to give their email, I'm guessing. That's about it pretty much.
Yep.
And there you go. And then you'll have access to all these free stories. You said there's 1 drops every week?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks? Oh,
cool.
That'll tide you over till the book arrives later this year.
Yeah. And once we started this up, I just gave Jay, I copied my entire, what I refer to as post-stroke art file. And so there was days where literally I sat out and I just went with having to do something that day. Like the artwork that's right behind here literally has nothing to do other than the fact that I wanted to draw a statue, in a city in some shrubbery. I had to get something done that day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what he does. He likes to show all the embarrassing artwork where you're just kind of like, I was just goofing around that day, and Jay's like, nope, I love it. I'm going to post it. So
That is cool. Though.
It's part of the development process.
It totally is. Yeah. Because like you're saying, it's like we don't know which one of these characters are going to stick. And we would love because it's only 4 graphic novels, and I do have something planned afterwards. I would definitely put it on the back burner to branch off and do something else. There's a character in here that I had Jay bring into the story just because I would love to have him branch off because of the way he came about. You know, if you remember Eric Larson's when he first came out with Savage Dragon, one of the things, he had a character contest in the back of the book, and me and my friends sat around, we're like, what kind of characters would be in Savage Dragon? And my buddy was like, well, like a Wolverine character. And I'm like, I got him. And he's like, how about a dog? Right. And I'm like, oh, so you're kind of like, it branched off from there. We got a character called Billy Canine, and it got rejected, and I got the rejection letter. And then years later, I went to Eric was at one of the conventions, and I went up to him with the artwork, and he's sitting right next to Ryan Otley and somebody else that was big at that time as well. And I'm explaining the story about how you turned me down, you didn't like the character, and it's this total, like, it's boy goes to the park to play Frisbee with his dog. Dog brings back an alien UFO. Thinking it's Frisbee, and the UFO fuses them together. And Billy Canine, he's only allowed to be that's the superhero inside the park. So every time he leaves the boundaries of the park, his powers disappear. So it's just this total, like, loser of a character.
Yeah.
So I said, Eric, I want you to autograph this for me, and I want you to write, dear, Levi, this character still sucks. So, it's like, I would love to have a Billy Canine comic book and have that be my tagline on the back. Eric, this character's awesome. So,
this year I did it was starting in December. I did a complete reread of the Savage Dragon. I'm someone who I've dipped in and out or whatever. And I'm like, he's gonna get to issue 300. So I'm like, I'm gonna do a reread. And I think it is an underappreciated series. It ebbs and flows, it breathes, but there's so many he does so much great stuff in that series. And so I'm just fantastic that you were a reader back then, and that you did the character contest, and you've been able to talk to him. That's awesome.
Yeah. It was Ryan Otley turned to him afterwards, and he said, "Hey, Eric, you turned me down as well."
What does he know?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Like good company.
All right. So we've got 109 people watching live. We're beginning to go into our wind down here. And Craig's going to call up the campaign in a minute or so. We're going to see how many backers we got. We started with 17 backers. We'll see where we ended up.
He was at 17 backers before coming on this show, Levi. Right. We were hoping for the hat trick, which is 3, right? And drum roll. Let's see where
we at.
Are at. Boom.
92. Nice. Nice work. Nice work.
Very nice. Thank you so much, guys.
22 backers. Oh, I'm telling you, Jay, this is why this is why we do this show.
It is.
Yes.
It is. There needs to be more shows like this. More shows like this. Vulcan's giving us the hoot.
It means the world to me. Nice. I mean, it means the world to you too, right, Levi? Of course.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yes. This money is going to printing costs and Keith Gleason. Yes. So
very good. Very good.
Yep.
SF Gaming says this is excellent news. We agree. All right. So at the end of the show, reminder, we're going to stick around for Craig's outros, and then you're going to head on over to the gutter and see what Aldous and JP are up to. I'll throw that link in the chat when we're playing our outros. Levi, what are your plans for this weekend? What are you going to be up to?
Oh boy. Oh man, not a whole lot. Probably a little bit of gardening.
Nice.
I've already mowed the lawn. I don't get out of the house much.
You're ahead of the curve. Ahead of the curve. I got to mow tomorrow. So you'll be working on this book.
Yeah, every day.
Craig, what do you got going on this weekend? What are you gonna be up to?
I'm just gonna try to take it easy. I've had enough calamity happen, so if I can just have a date, not having to change a tire or bring a car to the.
What was the diagnosis on your car?
Well, Okay, so my Ford Edge, it had something that happened in the all-wheel drive. They told me I had to take the whole rear drive assembly apart. It was going to be a big job. Turned out they didn't, so I'll have my Edge back. But my Mitsubishi went down because I drove over a screw on the road. That was the tire. So
Gotcha.
yeah. But I got 2 cars and both of them down at the same time. Imagine
That sucks.
I had to go back to this page again. Just look at that again.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm so excited to see what artwork I haven't seen because it's a 68-page book, right? So,
Yep.
What kind of secrets? What kind of secrets are you keeping hidden from us, Levi? Like,
oh boy, not a whole lot. It's
Okay.
all there. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of it was just drawing to make myself happy because medically retired. They will not allow me to work, so they don't even really want me to drive. So yeah.
Well, kudos to you for finding something to keep you active, keep you engaged, and creative. And so it's kind of an endearing. It's encouraging and endearing. Someone's dealt a bad hand of cards to see what you're doing here, and please come back when you're doing the next installment, and look forward to seeing you in the chat as well.
Yeah. Yep. When do you plan on launching the next one? Like, what's your plans going forward?
We snagged on to Memorial Day. That's what we want to launch. We launched this one on Memorial Day. So graphic novel number 2. We want to do every four graphic novels every Memorial Day. But with me being so far ahead on the artwork, the minute I'm done with the artwork, the second campaign day, what we're going to do is Veterans Day.
Okay.
So there might be like graphic novel 3 and 4 might be released in the same year.
Okay.
So
cool.
Do you know Corey's in the chat there?
Corey Barton's here. Good evening, sir. All right. Well, I will be working on the cover. I'm going to start working on the cover of Jupiter issue 2. So I'll be working on that. And once that cover is presentable, I will preview it on the show and then set up the sign up page for Jupiter issue 2. Craig, we have a lot of crazy news items this week. I've got no idea what you're going to have in the outro.
It's been a great week.
Yeah.
Yes. So first, yeah. So we're up to 109 in the chat joining us again. I know I say this like a broken record all the time, but thank you everyone for joining us every Friday. Thank you for making this show successful. Again, helping support creators, supporting creators. Just sharing out the link, liking, subscribing, getting the word out. Having fun in the chat. Again, it makes this worthwhile, and we'll keep doing the show as long as you keep joining us.
Yep.
Thanks again, Levi. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to get this book. I'm excited to read. I'd say I didn't even see this one come. I'm excited to read this one here. I got our guest next week, by the way, is Bancroft.
Okay, nice.
So I am finally gonna back the Lucent after watching that for.
That's right. So it's our 2-year anniversary show, and Bancroft's going to be here, and you're finally going to back you're going to back the books, and you're going to pay for shipping from Australia, and you're going to pay Canadian customs. This is going to be a milestone episode.
What? Yeah, I think we have. My campaign does all over, international, Canadian, and I was surprised at the Canadian prices. Like I think we're charging 18 for Canadian.
Yep,
I think.
Yeah,
it's like wow.
It's like they don't want people to prosper.
They don't.
Here's a strange one for you, Levi. So I can ship to California for 13 US. For me to ship to British Columbia is almost $30. So explain that one to me.
Crazy.
Yeah, my country's nuts. But again, we'll wrap her up. We're at the hour and 30 mark. Levi, it's up to you if you wish to stick around in the back room with us, watch the crazy outros. Do you have anything else in closing? Anything else you want to plug by chance?
No, I think that's it, guys. Thank you. I appreciate everything. Thank you, everybody, for backing.
Okay.
On that note, I'm going to throw in my crazy outro for this.
Oh, wait a minute. If you've got kids and they're up this late, get them out of the room.
Yes.
Craig
Right.
We talked about whales tonight. It's
not.
You're warned. You've all been warned. My conscience is clear. You've all been sufficiently warned.
All right. Again, thanks again, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Thanks,
filtered through layers of volcanic rock to fill you with volcanicity.
A groundbreaking discovery at White Sands National Park in New Mexico suggests that prehistoric humans used primitive transport technology over 20,000 years ago. Scientists have found drag marks next to ancient human footprints, showing the earliest evidence of how early North American settlers moved heavy loads before they invented the wheel. The research, led by Professor Matthew Bennett from Bournemouth University and published in Quaternary Science Advances, documents a series of parallel and single-line drag marks. These tracks, preserved in dried mud and covered by sediment, are believed to have been left by a travois, a simple transport device made of two wooden poles tied together. Indigenous groups across North America used the travois to carry goods throughout history, and this new find suggests the technology existed thousands of years earlier than previously thought. We know that our earliest ancestors must have used some form of transport to carry their possessions as they migrated around the world.
Did somebody say they want to go through the drive-thru? Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, they're the modern Comix family. From the...
Just one cheeseburger, please.
The Flintstones, have a yabba dabba tea time, a dabba do time, we'll have a gay old time.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on, you're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
But she caught me on the counter.
Wasn't me.
Saw me kissing on the sofa.
Wasn't me.
I even had her in the shower.
Wasn't me.
She even caught me on camera.
Wasn't me.
She saw the marks on my shoulder.
Wasn't me.
Heard the words that I told her.
Wasn't me.
Heard the screams getting louder.
Wasn't me.
She stayed until it was over.
Fucked up now.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Yeah, to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no.
But one of the most significant differences, critical for moving from polarization to productivity, is that the Wikipedians who write these articles aren't actually focused on finding the truth. They're working for something that's a little bit more attainable, which is the best of what we can know right now. And after 7 years there, I actually believe that they're onto something. That for our most tricky disagreements, seeking the truth and seeking to convince others of the truth isn't necessarily the best place to start. In fact, I think our reverence for the truth might have become a bit of a distraction that is preventing us from finding consensus and getting important things done.
What?
To see someone like you, but you gotta make your own kind of music.
Oh no, it hurt. Oh my goodness, it's bringing over food.
Did you see that?
How is this?
That's a male. You see that?
How is this?
That's a male. That's a male.
Here is what whale dicks and sea monsters have in common. Many old sea serpent stories were created by seamen who didn't know what they were seeing. This means that a lot of sea monsters were actually other animals in weird situations or viewed in a bad sight. It is believed that many of these stories were actually sightings of whale dicks. Just like your mom, whales often have sex in groups, and while the other whales wait for their turn, they will swim around at the surface with their dicks out, which can give the impression of a sea serpent.